What's up, you guys? Thank you for joining our channel. I'm your girl, Miss LA, and I'm a hair specialist, and we're dropping knowledge today about hairstyles that cause alopecia, and specifically today, we're gonna focus on buns and ponytails specifically, okay? Thank you guys again for joining this channel. Thank you for all of your support. I want to thank you guys who've been making comments, asking me questions, and I really do pray that I've been able to answer those questions and guide you in a direction that is helpful and on your way to your hair growth journey or helping you with hair loss solutions. So thank you so much. For people who don't know me and my history, I've been in the beauty industry for beauty and hair industry for over 30 years. I'm a master barber. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm an educator on both the barber and cosmetology side. I'm a master educator. I'm also a hair loss specialist where I focus on hair loss solutions for people who want to find hairstyles that are not your traditional way. And I'm also a hair growth specialist as well. Again, welcome, and let's get into it, you guys. I always say, let's get into it. Let's talk about these ponytails and let's talk about buns, okay? I know a lot of you guys are wondering, like, well, how could this actually contribute to even any type of hair loss? Well, we're going to talk about it here in a second. But before we could do any of that, let's get to class. Y'all know how to do. I don't know if y'all been keeping y'all notebooks or y'all pens, but I appreciate you guys who've been doing virtual consultations with me, and y'all have y'all pens and paper because y'all know I'm gonna give it to you. So if y'all don't have them, I advise you to get them right now. All right, so let's first, before we could even get into talking about buns and ponytails, let's talk about what alopecia is. With me on my platform, we all about going to class, so let's do it. So alopecia, you guys, is dealing with hair loss, not only on our heads, but alopecia can also affect other parts of our body where hair is involved. I didn't know if you guys knew that. When it comes to alopecia, it's also another name for hair loss. So if you hear people say I have hair loss or alopecia, they're actually the same thing, okay? Alopecia actually comes from genetics, okay? So you can get alopecia in many different forms, okay? I don't want you to think it's just from hairstyles and that type of thing, but a lot of other things do play a part when it comes to losing hair. So our genetics could play a part. If we're on medications, it could play a part. If we have any medical conditions, it can play a part. Thyroid disease, I know, is one because I had thyroid hyperthyroidism and my hair came smooth out. Like I said, medications can deal with it. Believe it or not, our hormonal changes can play a part. Conditions like our autoimmune disorders can play a part. And believe it or not, a major one, you guys, is stress. So if you have a lot of stress in your life, or you have a lot of stress going on, because I know I did, when I had that thyroid issue, I had a lot of stress also going on all at the same time. Then my hair came smooth out. I didn't understand why. And that's kind of how I got into, learning more about alopecia and how can I help other people like myself. So hopefully that helps explain everything, breaks everything down for you. And so let's get into it. So we're going to start with buns, okay? Let's talk about what a bun is, because I know a lot of us are like, what's considered a bun? So there's a few things that's considered a bun. So a bun, when I think of it right now, would be that my hair is longer, and I pull it all back, or I pull it up, and I put that scrunchie on it or a rubber band, and I pull it all back, but I don't let all the hair hang out of the scrunchie, right? So it kind of creates a little ball, if you will. So everybody refers that to a bun. Sometimes I can see, the resemblance to a bun, but not all the time. But that's the name that is considered a bun. So if y'all didn't know, that's what a bun is on your head. That's what you got. So most people, they kind of plop it on top, or we kind of pull it in the back. And this is for men or women, okay? If you got any hair of length and you pulling your hair back in a rubber band or a scrunchie, we're going to talk about how those particular items actually contribute to hair loss, right? All right, so remember in one of my videos, we talked about that the hair growth pattern, your hair grows in a certain pattern, right? So we'll use mine again. So my hair in the front grows forward. Not all of my hair grows forward, but this particular hair grows forward. If I was pulling this hair back in a bun every single day, I'm going against the growth pattern of the way my hair grows. So if you take anything against the way that it is, then you can't do anything but cause constant tension and pressure in that area, right? So that's what's happening when it comes to buns. So if you're a person every single day, a bun is your life. It's your hairstyle. It's your, this is what I'm gonna do forever. We need to probably rethink that, because here in a second we're going to talk about symptoms, and then I'm going to kind of give you guys some solutions as well of how we can prevent this from happening. So again, I'm pulling all my hair back every day. I'm either pulling it here or I'm pulling it up, right? And we create that little bun. It kind of sits on top or it sits in the back. When it comes to a rubber band, let's just start there with that one. With a rubber band, you got to think about that rubber band. It's tight. Most of us are not using large rubber bands. We're probably using those smaller ones, which we shouldn't. They do make larger ones, just in case you guys didn't know. They do make them a little bit larger. However, I wouldn't recommend using them all the time, because that constant pulling it back, pulling it in a rubber band is actually pulling that hair and snagging that hair in that rubber band. That's why when y'all take it off, that's why we see little hairs in the rubber band, because it's actually pulling that hair out of its place, or the hair follicle away from the scalp, right? If we're using scrunchies, a lot of times we really don't look at the type of scrunchies we're using. We kind of use the regular kind that comes. Unfortunately, sometimes we be cheap and we're like, hey, this one is like $3, $5, let's get this one. Well, what's happening with some of the cotton blend of the scrunchies, that thing is happening again. I'm pulling the hair back, I'm putting it in a bun. A bun, again, remember, is where the hair doesn't come all the way out of the scrunchie or rubber band. I pull that hair to where the ends are still in there, so it kind of creates that little bun, right? Either on the top or it's creating it in the back. So when we're using those cotton blends as well, some of you guys have probably noticed that you see hair in there as well. So the same thing is happening just like with that rubber band. It's actually pulling those hairs over time, slowly snatching them out, and ends up in those scrunchies. Okay, so what my recommendation is when it comes to that is, now let me go back. Now, this is not for the people, you go to the gym and you pulling that hair up in the bun. Okay, you jump in the shower, you putting it up in the bun. This is not for you guys, okay? So I'm not telling you, hey, you can't pull that hair up because it's long, it's in the way. LA, I'm trying to get dressed. I'm trying to put my, my shirt on. I'm trying to put my dress on. Or I'm trying to, get in the shower. I'm trying to, whatever it is you're trying to do that's temporary, or you do it not so often, you won't get alopecia from doing it that way. This is for people where you guys are wearing this every single day. This is like your life. You wake up and it's automatically bring it to the back. It's automatically pull it to the top. If that is you, we have to stop, you guys, pulling that hair, first of all, against the pattern that it grows, okay? And we have to stop putting constant tension on that area. What happens is, if I keep bringing it up, I'm just kind of weakening those areas. Remember, we talked about in other videos that our hairline, and I'm talking hairline all the way around. That includes the back as well, you guys. These are our finest and baby hair. That's where the name kind of comes from. Baby hair, because it's very fine and it's very gentle. And the more we keep pulling on those baby hairs, fragile hairs, up, back, we're going to eventually snap those off. So what is the solution to that? Okay, so the solution for that, for me, for you guys, is to try not to do it so tight. That's another thing. So we pull buns up, we make them really tight. We want to try not to have them tight. And every day, please don't let it be your hairstyle. I get it if in the morning, I'm cleaning up, or I'm sweating, or I'm working out. I do it. But come up with some alternatives in between, you guys, to where we could put less pressure when it comes to that particular hairstyle, right? I would say also let it be free. If you're at home, let that hair go. You know what I'm saying? Let that hair fall naturally back into its place so it can know its natural home, okay? Unfortunately, what can happen by us pulling this back, we can train our hair to go back into this direction, which still makes it go against. So if my hair is growing this way, it could actually start to flip and go this way because I've trained it to go in that direction, which is not its original direction. We do not want it to go in the opposite way that it goes. Again, I get it, it's convenient, but let me tell you what happens when it comes to convenience, you guys. What happens with convenience is permanent damage. We do not want permanent damage. That's why you have people like myself who are hair solution specialists. I'm a hair growth specialist because I am really working. Y'all have heard me in my videos. We have to protect the crown. Protect it. Okay? I hate to say this word, but let's stop being lazy. Okay, we're at home in the freedom of our own home. A lot of you guys wear hats, you wear caps. I would rather you on a day, instead of pulling it back in a bun today, maybe let that hair down. I don't care if it's all in the back. Put a cap on, put a scarf on, you know, and I'm not saying do that every day either. So hold on now. We don't want to start nothing new. But give that scalp a break. That's the main thing. And let those strands be free. That's the main thing on that. So let's lead right into a ponytail. Okay, ponytail is similar to a bun, but what's happening with ponytails now, we want the slickest, smoothest, you know, it's got to be the ponytail, right? So what's happening? Here's what I'm seeing, okay, in the shops. I don't do this a lot with my clients, but I've worked with people and I'm watching them do it, and I see you guys as hairstyles, so I know it's happening, okay? What's happening with a lot of these ponytails is it's very, very slick. And I'm not saying don't do it, okay? So there's a lot of ways people make them slick, include yourself. We're doing edge controls, we're doing gels, we're doing hairsprays. Probably one of the worst ones I hate is the got to be freeze, whatever freeze. Stop freezing everything. We got to stop freezing. Remember, when it comes to hair growth, you guys, we have to have those hair follicles. Okay, that's where our hair is coming from, hair follicles underneath the skin. We need those hair follicles to not be clogged. So if we got a bunch of edge control, gels, pump it up, got to be, we're just smothering those hair follicles. Again, I have to talk about my baby flower, okay? We have a ground here. This is my flower trying to break through the ground. But if I have on top of it, not only do I have dirt, which is for the nutrients, okay, which is our scalp, which we have here, but then now all of a sudden I got a bunch of concrete and I got a bunch of this and that and this. It's just layers of everything on top of the area that needs the water to be poured through, which is the dirt. So the nourishment can go to the hair follicle itself or the roots of the flower. We don't have anywhere for that to go. So what's happening is we got edge control, we got gel, we got to be freeze spray, and then now we want to put hair growth oil. That's not going to do anything, you guys. So then we blame the product. It's not working. It's not that it's not working. It can't work if it's clogged. So we have to release that scalp, okay? So again, am I telling you guys don't wear buns? Am I telling you guys that you can't wear ponytails? No, but I want you to know what's constantly happened. So even again with the ponytails, just like the bun, if I keep slicking it back, slicking in the opposite direction of my hair grows, then I'm putting constant tension on these baby hairs. If y'all think about it, let's talk about hair loss for a second. When you think of yourself, if you're experiencing this, or people that you know, or people that you've seen, most of their hair loss is where? Around the edges. So it makes sense what I'm saying, that because of the constant tension and the pulling and the stress of that area and the smothering of the hair follicles, this is why those areas are breaking off, you guys. Now, again, I told you in the beginning, it could be due to genetics as well. Because I do deal with clients that their hair is never going to grow back, unfortunately, but it runs in their family. However, you know yourself, meaning when you started wearing these buns or you started wearing that ponytail, you had a head full of hair all around your edges, right? And then all of a sudden, when you start wearing that particular hairstyle for a long period of time, now your edges came out. Could be medical, but it could be due to all of that tension to the style. So we need to pay attention to that. Most people that you guys see, you see that there's around those edges. And you, again, could be a person who's experiencing that. That is what's happening, right? So, again, another thing when it comes to buns and when it comes to ponytails, what can contribute to your hair loss, not only is it a bunch of products, not only is it, you know, we're clogging up the pores or the follicles, smothering those out, Not only is it going against, you know, our hair growth patterns or putting so much tension, because you know those slick ones, y'all, we got to make it smooth. So that's a constant pull. Can y'all imagine that? I remember ponytails like that, and we wanted it slick and smooth, and we didn't care if our head hurt. We had a headache afterwards, and it's cute. But at the end of the day, again, you guys, temporary pleasures right now could cause permanent damage, which was what we don't want. Another way it causes alopecia or hair loss, you guys, is from constant weight. So a lot of times I've seen people with the buns. So not only do we have, you know, the bun here, but people add little buns, you know, the little donuts. I've seen people, you know, we'll put the braid back there or whatever we're doing. It can add weight to it and give it stress as well. Think about ponytails. Not only are we slicking them, but you guys are doing ponytails now that's to your butts now. Right? So think about that constant weight. Y'all know how it is. Y'all walking, it's kind of back there because of the weight. So if you are having to pull it because your neck can't hardly hold it, what do you think about these little baby hairs? They definitely can't hold it, okay? I don't care how smooth and slick and great it looks. That's why when you guys comb it afterwards or you shampoo, a whole bunch of that hair comes out. We have to relieve it. So here's some solutions to those, okay? Some people have asked me already, LA, can traction alopecia be reversed? The answer is yes, and then there's also a no in there. Hate to put the no, but there's a yes and a no. It can be reversed if the symptoms are related to the hairstyle itself. If it's genetics or if it's medical or if it's something that's permanent, unfortunately, you know, it cannot be reversed. But if it's something that y'all starting to notice, like, since I've been wearing that ponytail or since I've been wearing my hair back all the time, every day, yes, it can be reversed, right? So we're going to talk about how it can be reversed here in a second. Y'all going to see me look down because you know me, I always take notes because I don't want to leave anything. Remember, when it comes to your hair loss, if untreated too long, it becomes a permanent situation. And let me tell you, let's talk permanent for a second, okay? Let me give y'all the ugly, because sometimes, you know, I give y'all the good, but I got to give you the ugly, what could happen, okay? If it becomes permanent, because I see it every day. For you guys who don't know, I work with alopecia clients every single day. Every day. I won't say once every now and then. Every day now. It didn't start that way, but I'm starting to meet a lot of people where I'm working with them every day. So when it becomes permanent, here's some of the solutions you guys have. The only solutions is to wear wigs and extensions for the rest of your life. Look how costly that is. That's costing y'all a ton of money for convenience. You know what, LA, to slap this ball on my head, it's just convenient. Yeah, but it's going to conveniently cost you a ton of money for the rest of your life when you could have had your own natural hair there, right? Quit doing stuff for convenience, you guys. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to give you the education, but, you know, sometimes we got to do the 1-2 punch every now and then so we can see what's really going on. How is this happening to me? Is this genetics? Is this medical? Or is this self-inflicted? Am I doing this to myself? Sometimes when I hear ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very proud of them for admitting out loud, I did this to myself. Is that you right now? Are you doing this to yourself? I know, again, y'all don't think it's expensive right now, but if you add up the money that you've already spent for wigs and weaves and all this stuff that you guys have to keep doing, it's going to get worse in life. You know what else happens for permanent damage? Is another option is hair transplants. We don't want to go through that. Just listening to the word hair transplant sounds painful, right? And so you could only imagine the cost that would cost you to get your hair back to where you want it to be. So again, doing this on a constant basis, this destroys your hair follicles. I can't stress that enough. Hopefully I've educated you in that area to where you understand that the roots of the flower, your hair follicle, they're the same. We are destroying them as we're pulling and yanking and doing all these things, right? So here's some solutions, okay? Tighten up the hairstyles. That's number one. I know it sounds simple, as simple can get, but tighten it up. I mean, loosen it up. I'm sorry. Loosen it up. Don't tighten it up. Please don't. We don't want to crank it anymore. We want to loosen that up. Relieve some of that tension. Again, if you guys, what I'm seeing right now is we're wearing styles too long. Don't get a got to be freeze pump it up, slick back ponytail and wear that thing for 3 months. No. Again, it's a flower in there. It's trying to grow above the ground, and the longer I keep it smothered, it's gonna die, right? That's what's gonna happen to it. So don't let the hair follicle die. That's what's happening, you guys. Once it dies, that's when y'all start to see that hair loss. Y'all start to see thinning. Y'all you get to see balding. And let me tell you some symptoms that you know if you experiencing any of this type of hair loss, this traction alopecia, when it comes to your ponytails or your buns. You're gonna see balding. Okay, let's just go there. Y'all already know, you see it. You see thinning first. So thinning happens first. You'll see balding. If it's too tight, like I'm very, very tender-headed, I get little small bumps. Okay, that's how I know. Like, that's why I can't do braids unless I braid it myself. But when I used to get braids, on that first day, I have little tiny bumps all around those braids. I knew immediately I need to take these off. The longer I keep them in, hair is just going to keep snapping. Because that's a telltale sign, you guys. Our bodies, you do know, talks to us. It actually tells us things, even if we don't want to listen to it. When our hair thins, it's saying, hello, you're hurting me. It's telling you, hello, this is too much weight. It's talking to you. So listen. Listen to it, you guys. Listen. Linda. Remember that? Listen. Linda. Listen. I remember that little baby. That was funny. But pay attention to your hair, okay? Just like your body talks to us, our hair talks to us as well. So you'll start to see, again, thinning. You'll see bumps. You'll start to see bald spots, which we definitely don't want to see. I hate to see that at all. I just hate to see it. I hate to see it. And then another thing that you guys could see, inflamed scalp. So that's another thing. If things are too tight on your head, my head used to burn. Like after a couple of days, when I say I'm tender-headed, I'm like probably the most tender-headed person in the whole wide world. But my scalp will feel like it's on fire. If your head feels that way, you guys, I don't care if you just spend $200-300. Take that down. Take it down, because $200-300 is not worth. In the end, you may have to spend $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 later in life because you're having to buy hair for life or have transplants for life. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Take it down, because I've done it. I got my hair braided, $200. That same day, I took them down. I don't care. The money is not worth me walking around bald or being forced to now I have to wear this wig. Right? So those are some of the symptoms that you'll see. And then here's the one how you know it becomes permanent. If that bald spot that you guys have there all of a sudden becomes shiny, shiny tells us as specialists that it is scarred alopecia, and scarred means permanent. Nothing you can do is going to bring it back. Nothing. Except for transplants or weaves for the rest of your life. Right? All right. So again, we want to definitely, when it comes to scrunchies, use silk, okay, or satin if you can. Pillowcases, I would say the same. At night when you go to bed, release them, especially if they're the buns or ponytails that you put up yourself for that day. Let it loose at night, you guys. Let it be free. Make sure you do a silk or satin pillowcase. That actually helps. It actually is a cooling. It actually feels good to the head. It feels good to the scalp. And it actually really helps when it comes to friction to the hair. Okay. So definitely loosen up those buns, loosen up those ponytails. Oh, here's another one. This is a big one for me. Okay. This is a big one. Okay. Massage the scalp. Let that hair down and massage. Close your eyes, you guys, and massage. You want to do a light oil. One light oil that I recommend, okay? Definitely I'm going to promote the LA Experience because it works. Hair Journey. We have a hair growth oil. I have so many people, if you guys have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm starting to see hair loss on my edges. What can I do to start it back? This is what I tell every single person. The first thing. It's not even about the product first. It's about what you need to do first. We need to massage the scalp. So the way our product works, Hair Journey Hair Growth Oil, okay, you will put it on the tips of the fingers. Please don't run that product. Okay, let me get it. Please don't run the product, which most of us do. Please don't run it down the scalp. I know this seems fast, but it's a mess. We don't need all that. We need to take this oil, put it on the tips of the fingers only. Now get the massaging. 3 to 5 minutes. Y'all got time. If y'all giving jobs 8 hours, you giving kids your time and your husbands and wives your time, you got 3 to 5 minutes for you. Okay? Why are you watching TV? Put that on there, tips only. We're not doing that. We ain't trying to do the whole thing yet. I will be teaching you guys what we need to do to treat the hair. Right now, this is all about the scalp. Okay? So we're going to massage that scalp 3 to 5 minutes in each section. Just sit there and massage. Watch how relaxing this is. It's going to clear your mind too. But while you're doing that, you guys, you're bringing blood circulation to the hair follicle, which is what we need to that root of the flower. Hair follicle, root of the flower. We're bringing blood circulation to that area. And that hair growth product, because it's a light product, is going to penetrate through the scalp to the hair follicle where it needs to go. And it's going to help promote hair growth. If y'all want to see hair growth, I'm telling you, do this 3 to 5. I tell you guys to do it 2 to 3 times per week and 3 to 5 minutes each time. And when you do that, this helps your hair not to be greasy. Because a lot of people are like, I use oils, it makes my hair greasy. This is not about greasing the hair. This is about massaging the scalp and penetrating it. And we're trying to calm it down as well. Okay? If you see signs of hair loss, you guys contact specialists like myself. Thank you guys for reaching out with virtual consultations. I am available for virtual consultations. So our link is actually underneath each of our videos. So you can click there, go to consultations, do virtual consultation if you are far away. If you are in the Dallas Plano area, you can definitely do an in-person consultation. But I've been able to help quite a few of you guys so far. Just by looking at your condition through the camera and talking about a regimen that I'm going to have you on. I hope today I've educated you in a way to where you've learned a little bit more about buns and ponytails. You've learned about if you have any of the symptoms, the early signs, and then what we need to do to protect the crown, you guys, in between wearing these styles. Again, I'm not telling you you cannot wear them, so please don't misunderstand what I've said at all, because I get it. When my hair was longer, it was always in a bun. You know why? Because I worked out, I'm sweating, I'm at work, I'm hot, it's on my neck. I get it. However, it cannot be a permanent style in the same place. Switch it up too. If we're going to wear a bun, and let's say I wear it at the top, don't wear it up there all the time. Switch it back and forth. Bring it to the side, bring it over here. You know, switch the direction up so the tension is not in the same area. That's pretty much what I'm saying. And when it comes to those slick ones, please don't have them up so long. Remember, maintenance to the scalp, you guys, care to the scalp is how we protect the crown. Okay, if we are not shampooing on a regular basis, because most of us are not, because we're trying to preserve those styles, because I paid $100, $200, money is nothing, you guys, when it comes to permanent damage. Protect your crown. Okay, again, I'm Miss LA. Again, I pray that I gave you guys some knowledge on some of these topics we talked about. As always, I'm here for you guys. If you need me, continue with these questions. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm always going to be here dropping knowledge. I look forward to seeing you guys in our next video.